Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to another one of my tech review videos. This is Marty Ulrich here, and today we are going to be testing out the Mooka Robotic Vacuum Cleaner. I was recently sent this from Amazon, and I have 2 dogs and 5 cats that leave a ton of pet hair and dander throughout my house, plus I live out in the country, so there's just dirt flying around everywhere. So this thing is definitely going to be put through its paces, and we're going to see just how well it performs and maybe what kind of problems we encounter in the process. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what's inside the box.
We get a remote control, we get a charging base, other peripherals such as the charging standard laptop charger, 19 volts, 600 milliamps. So this is the cleaning tool, I assume. Cool. So those are all the little devices, and then comes the actual thing itself. Wow, here's our robot vacuum cleaner. Cool. So all in all, it's a pretty well-rounded kit. I guess I can appreciate the fact that it charges slowly. Some people might not like this fact, but I happen to think it's a good idea that it charges only at 600 milliamps. But the cool thing about this is you could live in a house that's off the grid or be reliant on solar panels or something like that. This isn't going to put a high demand on your power at any given time. It's going to charge fairly slowly. So just to give everybody an idea of what I'm dealing with here, this is my normal vacuum cleaner. You can see it's very dusty around here, but it's pretty empty. Let me just show you what happens when I just vacuum this area rug. Now, let's see what it actually has in it. So, that's all the pet hair that just got gobbled up from just this. So I have my concerns as to how much the robot on the couch can handle. Well, there goes my new companion, Jorge. He's cleaning the floor for us today. And the dogs are not quite sure what to make of him. Here comes Cotton. What is he going to think? Does a pretty good job of getting around, you know. And it actually is cleaning the floor. Just sucked up a big old chunk of dirt. That is awesome. Let's see how much it filled up. This is the dust bin. So we're going to find out just how much dust is in it. It's not too bad. It's not entirely full. I actually stopped it because it got stuck in my closet. It got stuck right here. In that little space right there, I just couldn't figure out how to get out. So once it tried and tried and tried and tried, and eventually it alarmed out and beeped at me. And I had to come and rescue it. Doesn't seem to have too much problem articulating over the surface edges. Now, one thing I had to do to this area rug that it's on now is I actually had to staple it to the floor because the corners would come up way too easily when this vacuum would hit the corners, and they would curl them up and it would get stuck. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Keeps my house nice and clean. And so I have found that I have to rearrange some furniture to make it run right. You know, yesterday it tried to go under my couch, and it came out on the other side here and ended up in there and got trapped. Now we're trapped again. We'll just put that there so that it won't attempt to go in there again. Not bad, huh? Good job, Jorge. Now he's getting there. See, there's the charging station. There we go. He's getting close to home now. Will he find it? And there you go. Now he's home and he's charging. And so we'll take out the dustpan at this time at my place. With all these pets, I have to take out the dustpan. Let's see what day 2 provides. About the same. But for me and my household, I will need to empty this out every single day. And this time, I've got some batteries in the remote. So we will try these and see what we can make it do. And there it goes. All right, we'll come back when he's done. And we just press the this home button. So now it should try to come home if I press it again. Oh, there we go. Is it going to figure it out? There's the charging base. It just goes right on into its base and charges. So now we'll take the tray out and see what it's got. Let's see what's inside here. Empty it into the trash. Quite a bit of crud. A lot of pet hair. So, I imagine I'll need to clean that HEPA filter after about 5 or 10 uses. I'll have to take it out and blast it with the air compressor. It is washable, they say. So you can take it out and clean it with water. Dry it out too. I like air compressors, so they work pretty good. This is more or less to get your daily pet hair and dust off the floor and just to kind of keep that stuff. But when you have a real big mess, tons of dirt, tracked mud in the house and all that stuff, you're better off just using your traditional, vacuum cleaner or broom to clean it up instead. But that being said, it does do a pretty good job. A couple other things here. If you have a lot of pets, as I do, you're going to find that this little wheel here tends to get full of pet hair and it needs frequent cleaning. Also, this guy here, the brush, needs to be taken out about once a week, and it also needs to be cleaned. And if you have a rug that has loose ends like this, it's a good idea to tape them down or cover them up, because these are going to get caught up in the vacuum cleaner brush and it will wear your batteries down considerably faster and it will alarm out and you'll have to declog it. You can really see how bad my house gets just after a day or two. When it rains, it just gets really super nasty in here. Does all right. The floor already looks better, but I'm just concerned on how long it's going to last before it really... In fact, that big old chunk of hair over there, I'm just going to go pick that up. That's definitely going to clog it. So, this is the part where we figure out why it decided to stop. But typically, it works itself to death, basically. More than likely, it is a brush or a wheel that's jammed. So the way you find out is you count the blinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 9 blinks. Okay, so I've already looked in the manual for this. The 9 blinks means it's the brush. Remember how I was telling you before how it would get caught up on these carpet pieces, and actually over here there was some nasty ones. So I bet you when we flip this over, that's what's going to happen. So to clear the alarm, just press and hold this thing. There we go. 2 times to shut it off. Okay. Flipping it over, you can see we got all kinds of crud in there. Plenty of crud. Yeah, so what you got to do is pull this out. And it just comes right out. There's no belt, which is really cool. It's actually gear driven. I really like that part about the design of this thing being gear driven. So, but it did run for at least an hour. I was impressed actually for how long it lasted, and it got the majority of my house clean here. You can see my cat is enjoying it over there. So, yeah. Overall, this thing is an amazing machine. I mean, I'm still going to have to vacuum with the heavy vacuum cleaner once in a while to get up deep, gnarly stuff in my carpets. But for daily use, this thing is awesome. It's going to take, it's going to make my life a lot easier. you can see it got wrapped around some carpet here and it got caught up in there, and that's more than likely what killed this thing. So I have found that when this happens, when you kill it, basically it'll run until the battery dies, and when it gets jammed, when this brush gets all jammed up here, it wears the battery down a lot faster, and then when the battery gets to a certain point, it alarms out because it can't spin anymore. There we go. Lots of funky stuff in there. Oh wow, it picked up some pretty big chunks. Lots of dirt. Lots of dirt, lots of dust. All right, let's throw it back in and see if we can make it home. Let's see if it's got enough juice to even go home. Okay, robot. Go home. Go home. Nope, it's done. It's done. So when you get to this point, typically you just got to throw it on the charger. And then it'll start charging again, and you can run it the next day or whenever, a few hours later. It takes a while to charge, so I'll have to hit that spot that I spilled with the big vacuum cleaner. So I guess that's what I'm going to go ahead and do next is run the big vacuum cleaner and see how much crud is still on the floor. Okay, so I basically just got done vacuuming the same space that the little vacuum done, and this is going to show us pretty much what the robot left. Yes, indeed. There's still some pet hair and some real deep-rooted gnarliness in the carpet that the little robot just didn't have the power to pick up. So, but for what it is, it did a pretty good job. It cleans the bare floors, and that's what it's advertised to do. That was a really, really dirty carpet, though, so it took a little more power to get the rest of the crud out of it. And also the crud out of this carpet over here, which this one didn't have a chance to get to. So it's not a substitute for all of your cleaning, but it is definitely a substitute for your daily cleaning, your daily sweeping. I mean, this thing just kicks ass, and then you got to come around once a week, you know, do a good vacuum, sweep and mop, and your house will stay clean, and it'll be like you have a live-in maid. It's awesome.
And there you have it. There we have a Mooka robotic vacuum cleaner. Works pretty good. Totally recommend getting one if you have a bare floor and lots of pets in your house. If you like this video, go ahead and slam that like button and subscribe if you want to see more weird stuff from me. Other than that, have an awesome day. Peace.